A very pleasant good morning to all my dear friends, viewers, subscribers, and my dear students. My students are always close to my heart. Lots of students have already passed their class 12. They are way into their school, into their colleges, doing a variety of jobs. And it's always wonderful to remember them. So today's session, I dedicate to all my students who have already passed, who are their schools, their colleges, and all those who have at any point of time been my student. Love you all. So let's begin today's session, and we are going to talk about present tense. A present tense is something which is quite a quite an easy thing to make sentences in. Many of you I have seen when I used to check your writing skills, your creative writing, articles, letters, and many other things. I realized that some of you have the habit of writing things in present continuous tense, like it was going, I was sleeping since 4 hours. Now, I was sleeping since 4 hours doesn't make sense. It should be, I had been sleeping for 4 hours. But you develop a habit. So, what we need to do is we need to understand that where is the appropriate usage. Please, mind you, my dear friends, all those who are watching this video, make sure that you do understand the correct usage of the tenses, where and what tense is to be used. Talking about tenses, on a timeline I have presented three tenses: past, the bygone days or the time; present, that we have at present; and future, which is yet to come. Past is history, future is mystery, and present is the only thing that we have. So let's talk about present tense today. Present tense has again four kinds, like simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Talking about the four tenses and their appropriate usage, I'm going to cover two of these tenses, like simple present tense and present continuous tense, in this session today. Simple present tense is also called the present indefinite tense. It is used when we are talking about a universal truth. For example, the stars shine at night. Second, habits. I go for a walk every morning. Schedules. A train departs from this station in every 10 minutes. Routines. We go to school every day at 7:45. Timetables. So all in all, whenever we are talking about a universal truth, habits, schedules, routines, or timetables, we always make the sentences in present tense. Example, the earth rotates on its axis. That's a universal truth. So we don't change, we never say that earth rotated on its axis, because earth rotates on its axis and it is happening all the time. Stars twinkle at night. Even though it is day, we cannot see the stars, but that doesn't mean that stars are not going to twinkle tonight. Stars twinkle at night, even if it is a cloudy night, we cannot see the stars, but still they do twinkle in the sky. He drinks honey and lemon in warm water in the morning. That's his routine. Every morning he drinks honey and lemon. So we use this, if we have to tell somebody about a habit, we again write it in simple present tense and we speak on this. Schedule. Lucknow Mail departs at 10:20 p.m. from New Delhi. So that's the departure time of Lucknow Mail. That's a schedule. Every day we have a zero period in school to read newspaper. So when we are talking about newspaper, about a timetable, it happens every day. So that is again something which we mention in simple present tense or present indefinite. In simple present tense, in affirmative, the structure is subject plus V1 with S or ES plus object. So the earth rotates on its axis. Stars twinkle at night. He drinks tea in the morning. We go for a walk after dinner. Picking up these four examples, the earth rotates. When I talk about the earth is a singular entity. And with a singular noun, we always use a verb with S or ES according to the spellings. Stars twinkle at night. When we're talking about stars is plural noun. Hence, we see that twinkle does not carry any S or ES, but it is used in its bare form. He drinks tea in the morning. He is again a singular entity, so we use he drinks tea in the morning. And we go for a walk after dinner, that is, we is a plural noun pronoun, so hence we use go without any s or es in its bare form. So remember, whenever we are confused, if ever you are confused about whether we have to use the verb in the first form with s or es or without any such in its bare form, just remember the thumb rule. The plurals are always used in. With the plurals, we always use a verb in its bare form, like you, we, they. I. I is considered a singular noun because I is about me, I. But at the same time, since we have been following British English for quite a long time, and there I actually included or rather represented the country they belong to. So it was not just I, it was about the entity, the representation of a country, of a nation, of their royalty. So many times they would say, if I were you, if I were there, I would not have relented. So the same thing follows here in English, that I, we, you, they. We choose all these verbs. Whenever we choose these as a subject, then we always have verb in its bare form. Whereas with singulars like he, she, it, or any other singular noun, we always use verb with s or es. Moving on to the next one. Looking at the structure of a negative sentence in simple present tense, which is subject plus do, does not, plus V1 plus object. So the earth does not rotate on its axis. Stars do not twinkle at night. He does not drink tea in the morning, and we do not go for a walk after dinner. And the things to note here is that whatever, irrespective of the earth, stars, which is plural, he, singular, we, plural, every time when you look at the verbs rotate, twinkle, drink, or go, we use the verb in its bare form because now the s or es moves on to do. That is, it becomes does. So the earth does not rotate on its axis, though it is a false statement. Stars do not twinkle at night, again a false statement. He does not drink tea in the morning, maybe false, maybe true, depends upon who he is. We do not go for a walk after dinner. So again we see that we have do in its bare. Moving on to the interrogative. A simple present tense and interrogative is we simply exchange the position of subject and do or does. So it becomes does the earth rotate on its axis? Do the stars twinkle at night? Does it eat tea in the morning? Or do we go for a walk after dinner? So here we have these sentences changed into interrogative form by simply interchanging the place of the subject and the verb or the auxiliary that we have used. So let's look at the simple present tense in negative interrogative. The structure goes like do or does plus subject plus not plus verb in first form or the bare form plus object followed by a question mark since it is an interrogative statement. Or don't or doesn't plus subject plus V1 plus object. For example, does the earth not rotate on its axis? Do the stars not twinkle at night? Or doesn't he drink tea in the morning? Or don't we go for a walk after dinner? So here in two sentences, the last two sentences, I have used the contractions, does it or don't, followed by he that or we, that is the subject. Then we don't add not because not is already added to do or does. In the previous examples, does the earth not rotate on its axis or do the stars not twinkle at night? In both these sentences, since it is do or does, hence we add a not before the verb. And again, verb is used in its bare form V1. So now the point to remember that always remember that when we are trying to add s or es in a verb, it is only the affirmative sentence of simple present tense. Neither negative nor interrogative and no other tense in the entire chapter of tenses you will find that uses V1 with s or es. Nowhere else except the affirmative structure of simple present tense. Moving on from here to the next topic, present continuous tense. Now when we are talking about present continuous tense, it is used when we are talking about things that are happening around us. For example, you are watching this class and you are attending this class. You're watching my video. We are learning English. The sun is shining brightly. All the things that are happening at present in our surroundings, all around us, all these things are in present continuous tense. So let's look at examples. It's day and the sun is shining brightly in the sky. We are learning English and I'm watching a movie. So we have all the three statements wherein I have used I. I have deliberately picked up these three because sun is a singular entity. So we have is, we, plural, are. I is a unique pronoun followed by am in case of present continuous tense. So we have is, am, or are plus V4 as the structure says. So in affirmative, it becomes subject plus is, am, are plus V4 plus object. Now is, am, are depends upon, like am is exclusively reserved for I. He, she, it. These are the three pronouns with which we use is. And with you, we, they, or plural nouns, we have are. So it's day and the sun is shining brightly in the sky. So the verb here is plus V4, that is, V4 is actually the base form of verb added or suffixed with ing. So it's day and the sun is shining brightly in the sky. We are learning English and I'm watching a movie. In present continuous tense, in negative, subject is plus is, am, or are depending upon the subject plus not plus V4 plus object. So it's day and the sun is not shining brightly in the sky. We are not learning English and I'm not watching a movie. So we simply add a not before the verb form and it becomes a negative sentence. For an interrogative, we interchange the position of subject with auxiliaries is, am, or are. And we can simply make an interrogative sentence out of an affirmative sentence. So is the sun shining brightly in the sky? Are we learning English? Or am I watching a movie? Simple statements, simply interchanging the position of is, am, are with the subject. And here we get the interrogative statement. The next one is present continuous tense in negative interrogative, where we can simply pick up the negative statement and interchange the position of is, am, are, or the auxiliary with the subject, and we get the negative interrogative statement. So, is the sun not shining brightly in the sky? Or isn't the sun shining brightly in the sky? We can also say, are we not learning English? Or aren't we learning English? Now the last one, am I not watching a movie? Ain't I watching a movie? So we have three different sentences with contractions and without contractions. Both ways it can be learned. With this, we come to the end of today's session. For doubts or classes or regular classes in English language, feel free to contact at smriti.percept@gmail.com. Online live classes are also available for classes 6 to 8, a special program called English Language Skills Development, which covers your reading, writing, grammar, and vocabulary, along with conversation skills. Then there is a special program for classes 9 to 12, which completes the syllabus, including reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, and the literature books as well. Special classes are arranged for entrance exams and competitive exams. I hope you liked today's session. It was about present tense, and present is a beautiful present for all of us. In these lockdown times, keep learning, keep growing. Make sure that when you are coming in this world out after the lockdown, you are more confident than before. You know you have learned, you know you have utilized your time well. Don't waste your time. Don't be idle. Don't just keep pondering over, yes, I will do it. Go ahead. Put your thoughts into action. Go ahead, dear. Do it, whatever it takes. But please stay at home, stay safe. I know children are feeling a lot tired. We play a lot of games in our live classes. And many times when I'm just rushing through the class and I feel like आज तो बस time से खत्म का हो जाएगा, and just or maybe just 5 minutes are left and I can wind up the class. And I'm so happy that I just ask the students, half-heartedly, shall we play a game? And I always, It just resounds loud and clear. Yes, we want to play the game. See, there's a lot of energy in the classes. And believe me, if you are attending any of the online classes with good trainers, they will help you keep motivated. Motivation is the key. Keep learning. Lots of games, lots of quiz, lots of surprise tests. I keep you motivated. I keep my students motivated and they keep on learning. And the best part is that they love to come to the classes. Hope to see you all someday. Happy learning. Bye bye.